This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.
Welcome to the Barbados Today Evening Updates for Friday, June 5th. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Thanks for joining us. Deplorable and appalling. That's how the National Union of Public Workers is describing the working conditions of staff at the Government Information Service. The NUPW's Acting Assistant General Secretary, Wayne Waldron, tells Barbados Today that the building located at government headquarters on Bay Street, which was condemned some years ago, is not fit for the over 24 workers employed there to function, and he's calling on the relevant authorities to address the situation as a matter of urgency.
The National Union of Public Workers is extremely concerned with the physical working conditions under which staff of the Government Information Service are required to work. This very said building was also shared by the Government Information, by staff of the Defense and Security Division, who were relocated some 2 years ago to the Weymouth Corporate Center. The state is deplorable to the extent that environmental conditions continue to plague this establishment. The floors are being propped by metal props, and you have to look up more on the walls. There's deterioration of the building. The building is deteriorating. We find this state of affairs untenable, and workers have to rely on the Safety and Health at Work Act not to go in such a hazardous building where there's clear evidence is unsuitable for a place of work. We are therefore impressing on the relevant authorities to take immediate action to have staff relocated. We accept the fact, we appreciate the fact that some action is being taken, some proposed action is being taken to deal with relocation. But what we are asking, the NUPW is asking that the process be expedited as a matter of urgency, given the fact that the building is not suitable for work.
Meantime, the head of the Unity Workers Union, Caswell Franklin, says next week's planned protest by workers at the Psychiatric Hospital is still on stream. He tells Barbados Today that the situation at the island's lone mental health institution remains the same, and his union is yet to get any response from the relevant authorities on the issue.
So I've spoken to the shop steward, and our plans are still that we will take industrial action next week. The form that we will take will be known when we take it.
In other news, a leading paint manufacturer in Barbados is calling on residents to do all they can to protect the environment as the country joins the rest of the world in observing Environment Day. Chief Executive Officer of Harris Paints, Ian Kenyon, call came even as he revealed that his company was now one of 2 firms on the island to receive a Tier 5 certification from the Future Central Trust for its environmentally friendly operations. Tier 5 is the highest ever achieved by a Barbados company. Kenyon argues that it's everyone's duty to leave the earth in good condition for future generations.
Underpinning all of that is down here, leadership in the environment, protecting the Caribbean environment because our families will grow up here. That's very core to the heartbeat of the company. It's one thing to say we'll make best by test products, that's important, but actually we're making those best by test products, manufacturing them, retailing them, distributing them in the place that we live. And not just in terms of Barbados, but in 15 other countries around the region. So we've got literally skin in the game in terms of making sure whatever we do the right way, because we're just borrowing this earth from our children, basically. We're passing it on to the children that are born from the members of Harris and all the rest of the people that live in the Caribbean.
Some entertainment news now, and Bridgetown was alive with the sweet sounds of soca last night for the 3rd edition of Crop Over in the city. The show, put on by the Royal Barbados Police Force in collaboration with the National Cultural Foundation, saw large crowds gathered in Independence Square. Patrons enjoyed performances from the likes of RPB, Edwin Yearwood, Soca Cartel featuring Blood and Mikey, Hypersounds, Ian Webster, and much more. Here's a sample of what took place, just in case you missed it. In sports, West Indies crumbled to a 9-wicket defeat on day 3 of the first test against Australia at Dominica's Windsor Park today. Facing a first innings deficit of 170, West Indies resumed the day on a 25 for 2, still 145 runs behind the Australians' first innings score. They lost the wicket of Darren Bravo early in the day, but were then fortified by a 4th-wicket partnership of 144 between overnight batsman Shane Dowrich and Marlon Samuels. The partnership looked to be guiding the hosts into at least a 4th day, but the regional boys collapsed when Dowrich was dismissed for 70. Samuels followed shortly after the departure of debutant Dowrich for 74, and after tea, West Indies lost their last 6 wickets for 27 runs. This set Australia a meager target of 47, which they quickly reached for the loss of 1 wicket as rain threatened. Aussie Adam Vogels was named a man of the match for his first innings century.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
To regional happenings, Cuba will not see an influx of visitors from the United States anytime soon. That's because Washington's House of Representatives today voted to keep restrictions on U.S. citizens traveling to Cuba, despite a recent thaw in relations. The Republican-controlled chamber rejected proposals to allow regular scheduled flights to the island and also decided that the rule that requires Americans to get a special license before going to Cuba, that too should remain in place. And on the international scene, only 2 people were sentenced to life in prison for the 2012 attack on Malala Yousafzai. Earlier reports this year indicated that all 10 people arrested in the case had been convicted and sentenced to life in prison. But Pakistan authorities now say that is not the case.
New information from the Pakistani police has revealed that only 2 men were in fact convicted of attempted murder. 8 of the defendants were acquitted. A spokesman for the Pakistani police told CNN that not enough evidence was produced before the court against those people. That's why they were acquitted. It's not clear why we're learning only now that just 2 people were convicted. The trial was held at a military facility rather than a court and was always clouded in secrecy.
That CNN report brings us to the end of this week's updates, but we'll be back again first thing Monday morning. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, our email updates, and like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. We're also on Channel 101 on Lime TV and Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Have a safe and enjoyable weekend.
This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy